Ever since I came out with my Nikon ZR video, the experience I've been asked most about is what it's like for photography, because everybody talks about shooting it like a cinema camera because that's what it's designed to be. But in the world of Nikon, photographers and there's videographers, but there's more photographers that are interested, intrigued with the ZR, being that it can record in 3 different RAW formats, R3D NE, ProRes RAW, and NRAW internally. But also it's a photographer's tool. I mean, it's a semi-stacked 24 megapixel sensor, very similar to the Z6 III. So while I did talk a little bit about it in that previous video, I'm gonna focus only on that for this one and to answer a lot of the questions that I've been getting and also some information that I got from Nikon in terms of the performance. So let's talk about it. The form factor. Yes, this is designed for cinema. There's no EVF at this point in time. Will there be an attachment that comes in the future? I don't know. I asked, nobody's telling me, but because this is the first sort of electronic connected hot shoe that Nikon's come out with, they could come out with an attachment, an EVF attachment to it, and it could work very, very well. Maybe you could tilt it up and down. I don't know. That's just my wish list. And I also think for cinematographers, that would work because sometimes as bright as this display is, 1000 nits brightness, 3 million dots in terms of resolution. It's a P3 color gamut. I mean, it's a beautiful display. It's like using an Atomos Ninja 5 on the back of the camera. It's 4 inches. It's very, very nice. But even in the brightest daylight, sometimes it's not bright enough. And an EVF where you can actually close out that extra light around you would make a lot of sense. And even for photography as well. But without that, what is it like? The form factor is, as I mentioned in my previous video, it kind of reminds me of a rangefinder experience. Now, again, we don't have the optical viewfinder or EVF, so it's not exactly the same, but it's the form factor of the camera. So it's very easy to carry around. And the small rig grip that I tried is awesome. And I would highly recommend anybody getting this camera that you want to go handheld, get that grip. It's made to sort of give you that FX3 feel on the ZR. You don't need the grip, but it feels really good for people with larger hands, and especially if you want to use it longer lenses. Now, in my video, I was primarily using the Plana, the 135 1.8, and it was beautiful on this camera system because the IBIS inside of this camera is awesome. It's probably one of the best IBIS systems that Nikon's ever come out with thus far in a camera. They think 7.5 stops, 8 stops, thereabouts, but I found it to be very, very steady. And on top of that, it's a semi-stacked sensor, so it's faster readout. So you're not going to get so much banding or warping as you would get out of a non-stacked sensor. Let's say, for example, Sony a7 IV or the FX2. Those are non-stacked sensors. So this is a semi-stacked. It's going to be a faster readout. So that means it's going to be much better for a variety of different conditions in terms of photography. Now, it does not have a mechanical shutter inside this camera system like the Z6 III. This is primarily designed for cinema, but it still works well for photography. Now, in terms of flash sync, a lot of you have been asking me this. It's 1/60 because it's an electronic shutter. That's where you can kind of go at. Now, if you want to play with different numbers, I don't know. I don't have the camera. I don't have a flash setup, but that's what Nikon has told me, that it's 1/60 for your shutter and for a flash. So keep that in mind. I just found it, even though my video is primarily supposed to be on video, the moment I was taking the camera around with the Plana and I was taking photos, I'm like, this is a really fun experience. And it feels really good in the hand. It's balanced with the larger lenses, but even let's say you're using a 28 f2.8 or let's say the 40 f2, this is going to be a great street photographer's camera. It really is. And that display is so sharp, so bright, it makes the viewing experience fantastic for photography. Now, I wear glasses. I'm what you call nearsighted with slight astigmatism. So I can't see that far, and things that are very close to me, I have a hard time seeing. So a lot of these cameras, let's say the FX3, FX2, or those kind of cinema cameras that don't have an EVF, even the S9, for example, from Lumix, I have a hard time, for me personally, I have to hold it out a certain distance. Whereas this, I found it to be a bit more comfortable because of the size of the display. I still have to hold it out a little bit, but I never found myself struggling to see if my subject was in focus or see the subject being sharp and clear like I do on other non-EVF cameras. It's a really, really nice experience with this. And the autofocus performance is as fast, if not faster, than the Z6 III, in my opinion, or Z8. It's really right up there with the best of them. I mean, they got the latest algorithms, all the subject detections inside there, eye tracking, face tracking, subject tracking. It is bang on. I'm just very, very impressed, and it acquires extremely fast. I mean, this is the great thing what Nikon's doing with the ZR. At this price point, yes, it's designed for video. We know that. But as a photographer's tool, If you don't need an EVF, this is a really nice compact camera to carry around with you. Because yeah, the traditional Z cameras with the EVF on it has a more traditional look. We get that. And sometimes it can be a bit big, right? The Z6 III is a good size, but the Z8, Z9, of course, they're bigger cameras. But this is compact. You could throw this in your bag very easy, 40F, 2.8, 2.8, whatever the case may be, and have a lot of fun with this. And so, yeah, I was impressed. And by the way, these red profiles and the picture profiles that are in there are really nice to play with. Now, as I mentioned, you can't adjust the settings of the picture profiles in the camera like you can with other Nikon profiles inside there. So you have to do that in post, but you can put that to RAW or JPEG and maximize those. And the colors, once you start playing with them a little bit more saturation, a little bit more contrast, depending on your likes, you're going to really appreciate what they've done with it. It gives it a nice look. It's something that you're not going to get out of any other Nikon camera out there. And it does give your photography a bit more of a cinematic vibe to it, in my personal opinion. Can you replicate this in Lightroom and capture one? Of course you can. But it's nice to have it out of camera, take the shot, publish it, put it online, and people are going to go, wow, the colors are really nice. And I got a lot of compliments on my images from that camera system that day that I took images. I was like, okay, I guess this is the picture profile to go with. So with that, guys, that's pretty much the experience with the ZR as a photographer's tool. I was pleasantly surprised, and I think a lot of you who get this in your hands over the next few days as it comes out, this camera I can definitely use for photography. I can use this to capture events, weddings, portraiture. I could use this and get away with it and get some really fantastic images. But with the Nikon lenses out there that resolve, in my personal opinion, higher than the megapixels that you get out of the camera system, your images are going to look like they're 30 plus megapixel images. They are beautiful, full of detail, great colors, great fall off. I mean, Nikon makes some of the best mirrorless glass out there. And paired with this camera sensor and this body, you're going to enjoy the experience. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, like always, like, subscribe. Thank you for the support and enjoy the ZRs as they come to you very, very soon. With that, take care.